Hello and welcome to That Bible Guy. Jesus has a solution for those who worry a lot. He really does. He really does have a specific solution for those who worry a lot. And it may not be what you think it is. It took me by surprise when I first read this, and even again recent times when I thought about what Jesus was saying. But we can all worry a lot, can't we? Particularly this time of year. It's coming up to Christmas. You might feel more concerned than ever about relationships, family gatherings, dinner times, family meals, finances, loneliness, even maybe even past experiences. I have fond memories of Christmas, largely speaking, but I know that others might not have fond memories of Christmas. And we have a situation in the Bible here where someone worries a lot. I mean, for me, in terms of worrying a lot, I think what maybe happens to me is I have a tendency to overthink. I think I'm not worrying, but in reality, I realize that I'm ruminating over the same event or the same possible outcomes. Sometimes I put it down to diligence, that I'm just being diligent, whereas in reality, sometimes I can be worrying about something because I'm overthinking about it so much. But the Bible, there is a story in the Bible. There's an event in the Bible where Jesus deals with someone who's worrying too much. And do you know what? It's a lot of things that she was thinking about that were good. And these are good things. And it's the story of Mary and Martha. And it's in Luke chapter 10. And Mary and Martha is getting ready because Jesus is coming to visit. I mean, imagine Jesus is coming to visit. That seems even more important than you organising your church or worship service. He's coming to visit. So it says that Martha was distracted, verse 40, by all the preparations that had to be made. And she's seen that Mary wasn't helping. Her sister Mary wasn't helping Martha. She goes to Jesus and says, "Don't you care?" It looks like he doesn't care that my sister has left me to do all the work by herself. Tell me her to help me. And you think, well, Jesus' body language must have been saying, that I'm not bothered by the fact that Martha's doing all the work and Mary's not doing any of the work. And I read this, if you took out this last bit that we're going to look at now, I would be like, yeah, Jesus will probably step in and say, Martha, it's not right that you're doing all this by yourself. Mary, get up and help. That's what I do with my kids. One child's doing the chores, the other one needs to help. Or if I'm doing all the work, I'll say to my wife, it's not fair. It needs to be divvied out equitably, all this work that needs done. But we get a surprising response here. We get a response from Jesus to Martha, which we don't expect. He says, look, you're worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is needed. You're upset about many things, but only one thing is needed. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her. So you see this situation here, and you see that Martha seemingly is doing all the right things, but Jesus sees her doing all the right things, the noble things that she thinks she's doing, and he's like, look, Mary's not doing any of the work, but she's chosen what's better. In fact, he addresses Martha. He says, you're worried and distracted about many things. Is that you? Is that you and me? Are you worried and distracted about many things? Jesus identifies this in Martha, and even though they're good things, even though she should do those things, someone needs to do those things, she would argue. Jesus is like, no, Mary's chosen what is better, and I'm not taking it from her. I'm not bothered about the fact that this work isn't being, divvied out equally here, and she's chosen the better thing. So what does that tell us? When I read this, I thought, wow, Jesus is specifically saying that there's something better than worrying about everything. There's something better than being worried and distracted. There's something else you need to do to solve the problem. The first thing we need to do is not find who else can take on the burden. The first thing we can do is not have somebody tell us, oh, they're there, it'll be okay. I mean, they're all useful things, but Jesus is like, the best thing she can do is to do what Mary's doing. She's chosen the better option. What's that mean to us who worry a lot, who can get distracted a lot? It means that we need to sit at Jesus' feet. The solution to being distracted and worrying and anxious about things is to sit at Jesus' feet. Now, I'm not saying Jesus will do this instantly and that your problems will all be solved overnight. But in time, I really believe that he will take the burden. What does he say? He says, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, I will give you rest. So the best thing to do, the best solution if you are worried a lot, sometimes, or you're increasingly becoming worried around this festive season coming up, the best thing we can do is sit at Jesus' feet. Sit and listen to him. Read his word. Come to him. Seek him wherever you go out and pray. Sing songs to him. Read whatever it is. The solution to your troubles, to worrying a lot, is to sit at Jesus' feet.